being controlled. Not loudly, not violently, quietly, constantly, through timing, through expectation, through your own predictability. Every reaction you give away teaches someone how to move you. Every apology you offer before resistance teaches them you'll fold early. Every explanation you volunteer to someone who never earned clarity trains them to expect access. That wasn't kindness. That wasn't maturity. That was conditioning doing its job. You tell yourself you're choosing because it feels safer than admitting you're responding, reacting, adjusting, self-editing in real time. You don't notice the strings because they don't pull hard. They don't need to. And here's the truth you already feel but avoid naming. Power. Today doesn't come from domination. It comes from anticipation. Most people don't control you by force. They control you by understanding your defaults. They don't overpower you. They observe you. They don't pressure you. They wait for you to pressure yourself. That's why it works. Let's get specific. I already know something about you. You crave approval more than you want to admit. To yourself. You call it being fair. You call it being reasonable. You call it not wanting problems. But underneath the language, the drive is simple. You want to be liked, or at least not disliked, or at the very least, not rejected. So you replay conversations, not because you're thoughtful, but because you're checking for damage. You second-guess tone. You revise sentences after they're spoken. You imagine how you looked from the outside. You project confidence in public, then interrogate yourself in private. You tell yourself you don't care what people think. Then you quietly monitor how they respond. And here's the part that removes comfort completely. That pattern doesn't make you deep. It makes you transparent. If you recognized yourself, it doesn't mean you're self-aware. It means you're operating on settings millions of people share. You're not special. You're readable. That's the real engine behind manipulation. Not intelligence, not evil, not elaborate planning. Patterns. People don't control you by knowing your secrets. They control you by knowing what most humans do under pressure. They speak vaguely so your mind fills the gaps. They praise traits you're already hoping are true. They imply disappointment without stating it. They never accuse you directly. They let you accuse yourself. And the worst part? You feel grateful. Because they saw something in you. You've watched this happen in real life. At work. A manager says, I see leadership potential in you. No timeline, no promotion path. No concrete next step, sometimes just enough ambiguity to keep you invested. So you do more. You stay later. You overperform. You tolerate behavior you'd privately label disrespect. Nothing materializes. They weren't lying. They were testing compliance. Your friends do the same thing. You're one of the real ones. What that really means is simple. You're dependable. You don't push back. You absorb inconvenience quietly. So you give rides, you give time, you give emotional bandwidth. And the moment you hesitate, they act confused, offended, as if you broke an unspoken role you were never told you agreed to. Romantic dynamics are even sharper. They tease where it hurts just enough to gauge reaction. They pull affection to see if you lean forward. They hint at standards they don't hold themselves to. And when you flinch, even subtly, they store the data. That's where this gets uncomfortable. Most people manipulating you aren't villains. They're not masterminds. They're efficient. They don't study psychology. They rely on it functioning automatically. Because undisciplined minds broadcast constantly, your posture gives away certainty or doubt. Your tone reveals need. Your explanations expose insecurity. Your urgency betrays dependence. You leak leverage all day. Every emotional spike shows where you're touchy. Every justification lowers your perceived rank. Every rush to smooth tension signals fear of disapproval. And people don't calculate this logically. They feel it. Hierarchy isn't announced, it's sensed. The one who speaks less but doesn't retreat commands space. The one who reacts fast and emotionally gets managed. You think confidence is volume? It's not. Real confidence doesn't persuade. It doesn't perform. It doesn't clarify. It withholds. That's why silence unsettles insecure people. Because silence removes feedback, and without feedback, they project their fears, their assumptions, their need for control. This is where the balance shifts. The moment you stop trying to be seen as good, you gain leverage. The moment you stop correcting misunderstandings, you gain position. The moment you let people misinterpret you, you gain control of the frame. Predators don't explain. They don't rush. They don't bleed information. They observe. They conserve. They move only when the outcome is already decided. You don't need to dominate rooms. That's amateur thinking. You need to dominate your impulses, your need for validation, your reflex to react, your addiction to being understood. Because once you do, the external world reorganizes around you. People test boundaries to locate rank. When you don't flinch, they adjust. When you don't chase, they return. When you don't explain, they listen. This isn't cruelty, it's clarity. You're not here to be liked, you're here to be respected. And respect doesn't come from openness, it comes from discipline, restraint, and unpredictability. So here's the final weapon, and it's quieter than you expect. Stop volunteering your inner world. Stop reacting on schedule. Stop proving who you are. Let them guess. Let them misread you. Let them adapt. Because now you see the game, and the only thing left unresolved is this. Will you finally play it? Or keep feeding people who already learned how to use you? If you want part 2, subscribe. Next, we strip away reaction entirely.
Thanks for spending time with us. If this sparked a new way of thinking, hit like and subscribe to keep the ideas flowing. And don't forget, check the description for the links to the resources and the original books we used today. We'll see you in the next one.